Hello, Nyojong, and we are live. Welcome, everybody. So I'm excited. I'm here with you tonight, and I have a special guest that will be joining me, and we will be talking about coming together and sharing our stories about something real that is close to our hearts, and the journey of failing forward, how setbacks lead to success, right? So failure is something that we all experience, but it's not talked about too much or enough, right? Because we all feel like it's a failure and we don't want to share that. But when you talk about your failures, it tends to make you stronger and come back even more successful and grow even stronger as you proceed in your own personal growth, your business, whatever it is that you were struggling with. And tonight we want to open up about the moments when things go doesn't go as planned because that happens. Everything that you plan, for me at the beginning, I hate being a planner because I know that something will always interrupt my schedule, and for me when things interrupt my schedule it throws me off key, but I've learned to adapt to that. And just know that it's okay that things will always happen, but as long as you pick yourself back up where you left off, you will be okay because that's just how life is. This isn't just about the wins, it's about the growth that happens when you choose to keep going. So let's kick off with a question for you all. Have you ever faced a moment where you felt like giving up, but looking back, it actually pushed you to grow? So if this relates with you or someone you know that can benefit from this conversation tonight, go ahead and share this with them or hop on and let's have a little heart to heart conversation tonight. So, with that being said, I'm going to bring my guest on the screen with me and I will let her introduce herself. Hello, thank you for joining me, Pania. So, go ahead and introduce yourself and tell the audience where you are streaming from.
Yes, hello everyone. Nyojong. My name is Pania, and I am from Minnesota. And first of all, before I start with my introduction, thank you, Pania, for also inviting me, to join with you with this discussion. It's a great topic, and thank you for inviting me to be on here with you. But anyways, for those who don't know me, I am a mother of two and a wife. I do work full time in the medical field within the outpatient behavioral service department, and I am also a proud digital business owner. Soon I will be hitting my 3 year anniversary, so I'm excited for that. um, my take on why I started this online business, it's not that we all have lots of time in our hands, right? I wanted more time for things that matter the most for me in the long run. So yes, having that 9 to 5 is great, but when it's not, when it decides to let you go without any warning, your security is gone, right? So then that's why having a backup plan is like a necessity. And so I wanted to start this business is because within back in 2022, I had 3 layoffs, and each one shook me, but it was the last one that kind of truly opened my eyes, and I realized, I just can't keep living on the edge anymore. And so I'm just, what is it? I needed that backup plan, and this was my backup plan. So yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing and welcome today. And that is very true, like Pania said, having a backup plan, right? Because like tonight's topic of conversation is talking about the failures. It's not just about what you do as you fail, but what the system has failed for you, right? Layoffs. You don't expect layoffs because you've been there for a few years or a few decades, and you're just another person that's just gonna come in and go out just like everybody else. Like any organization or any company that needs to push dollars around. Well, here's our backup plan. Our backup plan is starting an online business, and here we are just showing up every day, doing what we do best. We're doing what we love and enjoy doing. All right, so especially with 3 layoffs, I feel you, girl.
Mhm.
Definitely having a backup plan is something that we all don't really think about, right? Because I know for sure I was not thinking of backup plans when I was starting my own family. And as we grow older, we tend to think more, right? And as we by the time we think, we're like, oh my goodness, now I need that backup plan. But it's not that it's a little too late. It's just that we're starting at a later time, and it's just going to take us a little bit longer to grow. And it's okay, because as long as you have that mindset that, hey, I will get there one day, as long as I stay on the right track, right?
Yes.
All right, so with that being said, to kick us off is, what's one setback you've experienced that taught you a powerful lesson that you still carry with you today since you started your online business?
One setback is gaining confidence. You know, I had this conversation last week with my other business partners where we're talking
Hmm.
about confidence, and it um, when I was doing my reflecting and kind of think about um, all the skills that I have gained, how I had, improve on my confidence throughout the time, because I was never the type of person where I would be speaking in front of like the whole global internet, or, I wasn't really like opening up to others, because it's like, I don't know, I was very quiet. I was what they call like an introvert.
Hmm.
And so with this business, it had helped me open up to gain that confidence over time, especially with that 90-day challenge that we had, and it just opened me up, and it made me feel more like I'm not scared anymore. I feel more like, okay, I can do this, even though it took me a long time. But I feel like over time, I was like, okay, if today I didn't do good, tomorrow I'll do better, and this is what I'll do better. So I have to kind of put myself on check. So, yeah.
That is something that a lot of us don't have, right? That feature, that capability of putting ourselves in check, especially when we're starting something new that we're so scared. For some of us, I don't know about you, but it took me, I think, a little over a year and a half for Coach to convince me to go on live with her. And then I'm kind of like you too. I am like you too, where I'm an introvert and I don't do lives. I don't do social media. I don't do videos, right? Because I'm one of those where I don't like to listen to myself or hear myself. And with this online business, it's taught me growth and confidence, like you said. And I learned from that. I've learned from it. I've learned to adapt, and I get to meet new people, new business partners,
Mhm.
so to say, because all these wonderful women and men that comes on my podcast are all business partners, and I'm pretty sure like you've had yourself as an experience is meeting business partners from all over the world. That it's like, wow, I'm really in Canada or in the UK, that I
Mhm.
get to, I'm not there physically, but I'm there electronically. So when
Virtually.
we say, yeah, partially. And then when we say global, we are definitely global, guys, because an online business that we get to learn from business partners that are all over from the global community, it's just like, yes, we get to into that, because we are a part of an amazing system that allows us to grow, not only personally, but professionally as well. And I don't know about you, Pena, but I feel like of my years that I've been with my original workplaces, right? It's like that is something that I didn't get to learn from them or get to build from them, because as being a minority or a younger age, we tend to get looked down on, or we tend not to get to voice ourselves, right? But
Yeah.
here on the online platform, it's much different. We get to be ourselves, right? We get to show up every day and do what we love behind the scenes. We get to show that, in front of the camera, right? So it's
Correct.
being
Yeah.
authentically us. Um, what's one thing that you've learned about yourself with trial and error as you started? our online business?
Is I would say is resilience. Um,
Mm,
Before this business, I never really understood what resilience meant, what it's all about. But within this business, it had kept me going. Even, I'm a working mom, and we're busy. We have multiple hats that we wear each day, and our schedule is full. And so with this online business, it has given us an opportunity that, hey, um, you know, once we get to where we want to be, then maybe we don't need to work extra hard anymore. We'll be there with our kids all the time, even with this business. And
mhm.
also at the same time, with resilience, it has helped me to, manage my time a little bit better. What is that? What's that word? To kind of figure out what your priorities are, because over time it's going to change, and it's not going to be
Mhm.
the same as how what you planned at first, because every day it always changes. So yeah.
Yes.
What about you?
Um, Patience for me, because for me, it took me quite a while to understand, the ins and out of our business
Hmm.
and have that patience for it, because it's just like any other job, right? Because going into a job, we have a handbook given to us, say, do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that, right? But coming into our online business, it's like starting something from ground up, and it is. But then my mindset was, oh, I thought I needed to be tech savvy. I thought I needed to know how to do social media. I thought I needed to know A, B, and C for me to be able to be successful in this. But as the
Hmm.
years went on, and I eventually came back from hibernating for a while there, right? Because that's my personal journey as well. Is even though I wasn't feeling that motivated at the beginning, eventually I learned from that. I got over that huddle, and I learned how to be patient and shift my mindset. And that all played into where I am today and that journey that I've taken personally. And it always wraps back around to my community, because I get to learn from my community and like from other business partners within my immediate group, my coaches group, and everything in between. And I get to see that, oh, everybody else is just needs to be where I was, right?
Yeah.
Or I have a very similar story, just like everybody else. So that's one thing that I've taken in, and I've grasped it, and I ran with it, right? Patience. It has taught so much. It's shown me so much more than what I'm capable of.
Hmm.
And I just feel like for me, I've grown so much in just a short period of time. And being able to have that community to support you in is just something that I find it truly breathtaking a little bit at a time. It's just like, oh, you know,
Yeah.
just being able to hear all these other stories, it's just, it shows me that I don't need to be rushing all the time.
Right. And going back to where you're saying how, you don't need to be tech savvy or have a business background to start this business, because everyone within the whole global community, they came from different, walks of life. Like they have
Hmm.
different jobs that they were from. And it's like, oh yeah, and it doesn't matter if they're young or, old or whatever age they're from. There was like a whole variety. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing, because no matter how old you are, if you're willing to, you know, have the courage to um, take that next step to do something for yourself, like even if it's new, completely new, then it can change your life. So, and also with, like you said, with patience, how um, be patient with yourself, but yet at the same time it's nice because in this business we have all the step-by-step trainings and meetings and stuff. It's all saved in the system, so that way we can watch it at our own pace, whenever we
Hmm.
have the time. So if today I don't have time, tomorrow I have time, then I'm gonna go watch it tomorrow, watch the replay. So I like that a lot too. So um, even just like with training at work, we have that too, but it's a deadline. Like you have to do your what is it, your online training by this day, and if you don't, then we're gonna take you off. the schedule you're gonna have to do at home. But with this here on this online business, you don't. You can do it at your own pace. So
Yes, that's right. That is very true. So, all right. So, with that being said, just to sign off tonight, just letting the audience know that no matter what setbacks you've come across, or you're currently sitting at, let that setback be a life learning lesson, and you know, grow from it and take it and reflect on it, like Pena shared earlier. You have to learn to be able to reflect and really think about what it's done to you and what it could do for your future, right? Because don't let those setbacks keep you sitting in the comfort zone and not, you know, reaching for your potential reach. All right. So with that being said, if you guys feel like you guys want more questions answered, reach out to us. Our website are down below, and we will be more than happy to assist you guys in any questions and direct you, in the right direction with answers. But with that being said, thank you to our audience for tuning in live, or those that are catching the replay later. I will catch you guys next week. Have a good night. Bye.